Okay, so in the previous video, we started working on section 5.3 and we worked out examples 1 through 3, in which case we either already had opposite terms or we were able to just multiply by -1 and that made our terms opposite. Sometimes they're not going to be that simple though, so let's look at example number 4. On example 4, you'll notice that I don't have any that are very close to being opposites. If I multiply just by -1, I'm still not going to have any that cancel. So the first thing that we want to look at, and I'm going to kind of scribble on this, so follow along. The first thing I look at is, can I multiply 6 by anything to get 2? And the answer is no, so that's not going to work. Can I multiply 5 by anything to get 3? No, I cannot. Can I multiply 2 by anything to get 6? And that one is yes. 2 times 3 is 6. So that's what I'm going to use to create my opposites. That means I only have to multiply the bottom equation to get to 6. And then don't forget that since we want opposites, multiplying by +3 isn't going to be enough because that'll give me positive 6x and positive 6x. I need a negative 6x down here, so I'm going to multiply by -3 instead, and that'll make sure that I have opposites. So we're going to go ahead and go through and do this. Don't forget that we have to distribute this -3 3 times. So I haven't changed the first one, so I'm going to recopy it. 6x plus 5y equals 19. Then I distribute on the bottom, so I get -6x minus 9y equals -15. And now that I have created my opposites, I'm just going to go ahead and add. These will cancel out. I get -4y equals 4. And when we divide by -4, y is equal to -1. So now that I know what y is, I just take it and plug it back into either of my equations. I'm going to pick the original one from the bottom because to me that one has the smallest number, so it looks like it might be the easiest. So x we still don't know, y we know is -1, and that's all equal to 5. 2x minus 3 equals 5. Add 3 to both sides. 2x equals 8. Divide by 2 on both sides, and x equals 4. Don't forget to write your answer as an ordered pair. 4, -1. So just to kind of recap, we came up here at the beginning and we looked to see if I could multiply one of the numbers to get the other one, and I keep trying until I find one. And when I did, then I just used that number to help me build my opposites. So let's go ahead and go on to the next page and look at number 5. Now I added an extra example here, and you should definitely copy this one into your notes also. So we'll go ahead and call this one number 6. And you can add that into your notes because you're going to definitely want a couple of examples here. So when we look at this first one, first thing wrong, which hopefully you notice, is that it's out of order. So we need to fix it. So these two need to be switched around. So I'm going to recopy the whole system. The top one is fine. It goes x, y equals number. The bottom one needs to be rearranged. So the 3x is negative 3x. The 2y is positive, so that'll be a plus, equals -9. Now we're going to check just like we did before. So we're going to go through one thing at a time here. So first question, can I multiply 4 to get 3? No. Can I multiply 3 to get 4? No. So x, not going to work. Can I multiply 5 to get 2? No. How about 2 to get 5? No. So this one didn't work like the last one. We're stuck. So what that means is that we need to multiply both equations. And it's really easy to decide what you're going to multiply by. You need to decide whether you want to eliminate x or y, and it doesn't matter. For me, I noticed that with the x's, one is already positive and one is already negative. So since that's what I need to make them opposite, I'm going to eliminate the x's. You could also do the y's and it would be fine. So what I do is I take the 3 from the bottom equation, and that's what I multiply by on the top. And I take the 4 from the top equation, and that's what I multiply by on the bottom. If I had wanted to eliminate y instead, I'd multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 5. But I'd have to make one of them negative in order to make opposites. So now that I have that, I need to distribute out. I get 12x plus 15y equals, let's see, 3 times 35, 90 plus 15, 105. And then in the bottom, I get negative 12x. 4 times 2 is 8y equals negative 36. Now you can see right here that we have our opposites, which is exactly what we were trying for. And so we're going to add the equations together. These cancel. We get 23y equals 69 divided by 23. And y is equal to 3. The same process applies. So we're going to take that 3 and plug it back into any of the equations. You could do either of these two, or either of these two. It doesn't matter. I would pick the ones that have the smallest numbers, so I would start from the beginning. I'm just going to plug it into the top. Whoops, I hit Siri. What was I saying? Okay, I'm going to plug it into the top one. So 4x plus 5y, but now we know that y is 3, equals 35. And now I just need to solve this. So I need to work this out on the left side. After I've done that, I can subtract 15. So 4x equals 20. Divide by 4. X equals 5. Ordered pair, 5, 3. Okay, so it really doesn't make it any harder. We just have to multiply 2 instead of multiplying 1. Last example is number 6. Same thing. It's not going to be possible for me to just multiply one equation. I'm going to have to multiply both. And you'll notice on this side that all the signs match. So what we have to decide to do, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate y on this one, just because. So to eliminate y, since the bottom number is 5, I'm going to multiply the top by 5. And since the top number is 2, I'm going to multiply the bottom by 2. But think about what's going to happen. If I do 5 times negative 2, I get negative 10. 2 times negative 5, I also get negative 10. So those are a match instead of opposites. So I need to make one of these two numbers, either the 5 or the 2. I need to make one of them negative. Doesn't matter which, I'm going to make the smaller one negative. So now we're going to follow the same process. Distribute, I get 15x minus 10y equals 10. And then I get negative 10x plus 10y equals negative 20. And then we add together. And just one sort of reminder is that if you do this step and add them together and one of your variables doesn't cancel, you have done something wrong. You should only have one variable left after you do this step. So 5x is equal to negative 10. And when we divide by 5, we get x is equal to negative 2. Last step is to plug in. So I'm going to do that really quickly so you can see what that would look like. Ta-da! Y equals negative 4. So the ordered pair is negative 2, negative 4. So here's what I want you to do. If you're getting stuck on your assignment, you need to come back and watch this again so that you can hear me explain it and follow through a couple more times. And if this video didn't help, Google it. Go on YouTube and look up for another teacher's video. Look up solving systems by elimination, and you can find and hear another way for someone to explain it to you, and hopefully that'll help you. That's it.